Hello, my name is Eric Marsicola, and I will be doing a narrative slideshow for my remix project. The piece of literature that I'm going to be remixing is Trifles, and the way that I will be remixing this is with the gender roles reversed and with it updated for modern times. And in this modern time update, since the gender roles are reversed, it's going to be the women are the cops, the women are investigating, and Joe's friends are going to be playing the role of the ladies in Trifles who cover up the evidence that was found and to prevent the incarceration of Minnie, who most likely murdered her husband. So we enter the scene with the two lady cops interviewing Joe's friends, Jamal and Ben, regarding the murder of Joe's wife, Cindy. His two friends, Jamal and Ben, attempt to defend Joe and talk about how he isn't a angry man and how he was under a lot of stress, and they describe his mental state of mind regarding how he loves his wife and so on. And the cops are skeptical, and they seem to be coming into the conversation with the preconceived notion that Joe, though portrayed as this average husband, is really most definitely the killer. He had to have done it because in their initial search of the house and home, they don't find any evidence that would point to an outside murderer or killer. In fact, the cops are talking amongst themselves, and they are commenting on how it had to have been the man. You know, it's always the man. Every time we come across one of these situations, it's the man who has done it, and they're very set and determined to prove that Joe is in fact the killer. They don't want to let any doubt enter or cloud their investigation as to, Joe has done this killing. They're certain. The only evidence that they did find was Joe's beloved dog out in the backyard dead. And it's well known and well documented that Joe loves this dog, and Cindy, his dead wife, does not love the dog. She has a hate relationship with this dog. But Joe's dog is dead, and the cops believe that that is Joe's motive for killing his wife. Jamal and Ben attempt to defend Joe, to no avail. The cops perform another sweep of the house looking for any other evidence, and after they leave, Jamal and Ben commiserate about how hard it is to be a man in today's society, where the assumption of guilt when it comes to any sort of domestic issue is always on the man. And after they finish commiserating, they go out into Joe's garage and they open the mini fridge and crack open a beer to, drink one for Joe. And in the process, they find Joe's work log, and after some initial comparisons, they see that based on the estimated time of death and when Joe left work for that day, that they don't believe that Joe could have killed his wife, and that he is most likely an innocent man. Talk amongst themselves and debate on whether they should submit it to the police, and they go through a moral dilemma with their own found evidence and whether it being circumstantial as to whether or not it will make any difference in the case. But they let their conscience guide them and they submit the evidence to the police. And I'm going to go a step further in this adaptation, where the police take the evidence, they review it, and they find that it is inconsequential. And Joe goes to trial, and he is convicted of the murder of his wife Cindy. And Ben and Jamal are left wondering where the equality and fairness is in today's society and justice system when it comes to how men are treated. And they go home from Joe's trial and conviction fearing and worrying about placing a foot out of line for, the fear of them ending in a similar situation.